Last night was a historic debut of interleague play as the Expos and Tigers squared off in Montreal. Carlos Perez was on the hill for Montreal. Detroit countered with veteran Omar Oliveras. Heading into the uncharted territory of interleague play, no one quite knew what to expect. The Expos drew first blood in the first inning, then added to the lead with a Darren Fletcher run-scoring double in the third. Then one hitter later, power man Henry Rodriguez put a charge into one, sending it into the right field stands. The Expos jumped ahead 4-0. That's when the Tigers began to battle back. Oliveira showed the world he can handle the lumber also. Omar went 2 for 3 and scored a run. But in the 8th, just when things looked right for a Tiger rally, center fielder Rondell White killed Detroit's hopes with an outstanding catch. The final, Expos 4, Tigers 3. Up next, it's Game 2 of the Tigers' first ever interleague series.
We're the Tigers, downtown slamming baseball. We're the Detroit Tigers, bring to ball. Take me out to the ball game. A day with this cat, you'll never be the same. Earn their stripes on their way to fame. Game after game, they can't be tamed. That's the Tigers.
Welcome to the Detroit Tiger Television Network. This evening, we come to you live from Olympic Stadium in Montreal, site of more historic interleague baseball action. And in just a few minutes, the Tigers will take to the field to battle the National League's Montreal Expos. And hi, everybody. I'm Jim Price. Really great to be with you once again. Well, interleague play 2 days now. The American League is leading 9 games to 8 after 2 days. Now, some other interesting notes if you've been following interleague play. The American League pitchers were combined 4 for 24, while the National League pitchers were 1 for 13. Remember, Omar Oliveras got 2 of those 4 hits. National League's DHs were 12 for 36, so they're doing a real good job, while the American League's DHs were 8 for 33. And, of course, attendance has really been up all around Major League Baseball. Well, this game, Game 2 of this 3-game series, goes tonight. It should be a dandy. And for more about the game, let's go up to Ernie Harwell and Al Kaline.
Thank you, Jim Price. We certainly are looking forward to this game number 2 of the 3-game set between the Tigers and the Montreal Expos. And I think one of the reasons, Al, is that we're looking forward to some great pitching from these two guys that'll take the mound tonight.
This ought to be a great matchup. Martinez of Montreal may be the best pitcher in the National League. A very intimidating type of pitcher. He hits a lot of batters. He has a great fastball, moves all the time, an excellent changeup, and a slider. And he is just a dominating type pitcher. Hey, Justin Thompson, he's not chopped liver either. He's pitching well. He's just learning how to pitch, and I expect this is going to be one great matchup.
I know Buddy Bell thinks a lot of this pitcher that his team is looking at tonight, so let's tune in on Buddy.
Well, I've heard a lot of great things about this Martinez kid. I've never seen him pitch in person. I've seen some film on him, but of course our guy is pitching pretty well himself. So it'll be a exciting night. JT, if he pitches anywhere like he has been pitching, then we got a good shot.
We were talking about Justin Thompson, and he's certainly a great young man and a great pitcher. What is it about him that impresses you the most?
Well, it looks like to me that he has no fear on the mound. He's got confidence now that he can throw a lot of different pitches over the plate. We all know he has a great fastball, a curveball, and a cut fastball and a slider. But it seems like he can go after the hitters now. It seemed like last year when he pitched, he was a little intimidated by the Major League hitters. Now he knows he belongs here. He goes right after the hitters, and he's going to be a real good one.
Let's take a break, and then we'll be right back.
Detroit Tiger Baseball is brought to you by Coca-Cola, pure refreshment for Tiger fans. And by Little Caesars, the home of Pizza, now offering the ultimate pizza for only $6.99. It's the ultimate in choice. By Budweiser, Beechwood A's for a crisp, clean, classic taste. And by Dodge. See your friendly Dodge dealer today.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Montreal Olympic Stadium. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Here's the batting lineup very quickly. Hunter, Reed, and Nieves. Clark, Pride, Casanova, Nevin, Cruz, and, of course, Justin Thompson's a pitcher. Pedro Martinez, the outstanding pitcher for Montreal, is on the mound. He is just a dominating type of pitcher.
And he's already gone to work. Ball 1 the count on Hunter, and there's a strike call from the big right-hander who throws very hard.
Defensively, Rodriguez, White, and Santangelo. Strange, Griselanic, Lansing, McGuire, Fletcher behind the plate.
And now the count has gone to 1-2 on the Tiger leadoff man, Brian Hunter. He pops it foul. It'll be back and into the seats behind the Montreal dugout. Well, it looks like this guy works rather quickly.
Very quickly, throws strikes. He leads the major leagues in earned run average, a 1.78 earned run average, and opponents are only batting .201 against him, so you know what the Tigers are up against tonight.
And he strikes out the first man he faces, Brian Hunter.
Well, he has a hard slider, and he throws a little 3/4 right here, and you see Brian bailing out as he always does. He's changed his batting stance somewhat. He's spread out quite more than he was last night, but did not help him on that pitch.
Here's Jody Reed playing second base this evening and batting .243. And the veteran infielder takes the strike on the outside corner. That's Larry Vanover from Antioch, Tennessee, umpiring back at the plate. He's been in the league now since 1991. The fastball has Jody swinging. 2 quick strikes on him. Martinez has the best strikeout ratio, 10.9 batters struck out per 9 innings. And he gets another one. He has fanned the first 2.
Well, another hard slider right here. Throws it for the middle of the plate, and it breaks right off the plate, but hits the corner on the way by. Jody thought it was outside.
That'll bring up Melvin Nieves with 2 out and nobody on, and Nieves did not get hit in the opening game of the series last night. Fouls it away to the screen. Strike 1 on Melvin.
Tigers are going to have to start getting some more production out of Melvin and Tony Clark, who got off to a great start. Really been struggling lately, but the middle of the lineup really did do anything last night.
There's a little pop-up on the left side. Doug Strange, third baseman, makes the catch. Tigers go 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. At the end of a half inning, the game is scoreless.
Hi, at Gateway, getting the computer you want is simple. Let's say this is your basic computer. You want lots of memory? Sure. Great speakers. Maybe more memory. No problem. A big monitor? Maybe not that big. The new Pentium 2 processor. See, we build your computer exactly how you want it. So, it ends up as individual as you are.
Gateway computers feature the Intel Pentium 2 processor. Call 1-800-GATEWAY. We'll build one for you.
Okay, here's the batting lineup for Montreal. Leading off, FP Santangelo. Batting second, Mike Lansing at second base. The third batter, Mark Griselanic, shortstop. Batting fourth, Henry Rodriguez in left field. The fifth batter, Rondell White, is in center field. Batting sixth, the catcher, Darren Fletcher. Seventh batter, Doug Strange, is at third base. Batting eighth, playing first base, Ryan McGuire. And, of course, Pedro Martinez is the pitcher, batting ninth. Defensively for the Tigers, Pride, Hunter, and Nieves in the outfield. Nevin playing third base. Cruz is short. Jody Reed at second. Tony Clark at first. Casanova behind the plate, and the youngster Justin Thompson really pitching well. Probably as good a pitcher as anybody in the American League over the last 6 or 7 starts. He has just been outstanding. There's his record, 6-4 in 13 ball games. Good earned run average. Hard throwing, fastball, cut slider, and a good curveball.
And the first pitch is over on Santangelo. He's batting .301. He's hit safely in 7 straight games. A young man from Livonia, Michigan, and the count even on him at 1-1. FP has been hit by the pitch 14 times already this year. He fouls that one away. And they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. He leads the major leagues in that department. Brady Anderson is the American League leader with 9.
Hit last night. He does not get out of the way of the pitch very well. Got hit in the 4th inning.
And Justin gets him on strike, so there's a 1 up and a 1 down in the Montreal first. We've got a scoreless tie in the early going.
Well, both pitchers coming out throwing strikes. There's a good changeup by Justin. Tangelo not able to hold up, going after a bad pitch.
Lansing batting .272. It's the ball outside.
Seven-game hitting streak, 10 for 29. Pretty good batting average.
And there's another one that'll keep it going. Hit up the gap, cut off by Nieves, and Lansing is on with a long single. 1 on, 1 down, no score, first inning.
This ball club doesn't scare you with their bats. They only have really 1 power hitter, and that's right, Henry Rodriguez. But they put the ball in play. They spray it to all fields. They run well. They have a team batting average of .281, so not much power on this ball club, but they do a lot of little things, hit and run, and they hit the ball the opposite field real well.
Redzelanic at the bat now. Mark batting an even .300. He leads the majors in 2 baggers with 25. Ground ball to short. Cruz to Reed. 1. Relay to Clark. 2 for the price of 1 for the Tigers, and the first inning is history. It is a scoreless tie at the end of 1.
The historic introduction of interleague play at Tiger Stadium is Monday, June 16th, as the Tigers battle the Florida Marlins. All hot dogs, pizza slices, and small Cokes are just $1. For tickets, call 248-25-TIGER.
Tony Clark leads off for the Tigers. No score, second inning. Ball on the count on Tony. Pedro Martinez on the mound. Delivers outside. Tony without a hit. In last night's game, he struck out a couple of times. Oh, he's dropped down to 265. 2-1 the count on Clark.
Tony was here early this afternoon around 2 o'clock taking extra batting practice.
Martinez goes into action again. And he blows it right through there for strike 2. Perry Hill, third base coach. Jerry White, former Expo, working over at first base in the Tiger coaching box. Out of the way.
Larry Parrish, a former Expo, one of the really outstanding players here for the Montreal team in their very beginning.
Hit a lot of home runs and knocked in a lot of runs while he played here. There's a foul out of play. Larry was telling me that old Jerry Park, the wind was so strong, usually blowing in from right field, that the right fielder would back up against the fence, look like the ball would be out, and he could catch it at the base of the wall. They don't have that problem in this big indoor stadium. Rocked him out. So 3 of the first 4 Tigers to go down have gone down on strikes.
Now here's a good changeup that he also possesses, and you can see the ball, good movement on it, sinks the ball down and away out of the strike zone to Tony. This guy's tough. He's not a very big guy, only 5'10" and 170 pounds, but certainly has a real live arm.
He's the younger brother of Ramon Martinez. Also has another brother, Jesus, who's a pitcher in the Dodger system. There's a strike. He gets that ball over the plate. That's Curtis Pride, another Expo. Game scoreless. We're in the second in Montreal. Strike 2 on Curtis Pride. A couple of years ago, somebody checked, and there were 42 different players named Martinez on baseball rosters in professional baseball. Fastball high, and the count 1-2 on Curtis Pride. Pedro started out with the Dodgers. Came here in the Delano Shields transaction. That was in November '93. Inside. 2-2 the count on him.
One thing he does so well, he is very good at pitching inside. In fact, he is wild at times, and sometimes they feel that he's conveniently wild.
And a little close on that one. Would you say the intimidation factor is an important one?
Absolutely, particularly to right-handed batters. There's a fastball inside.
Now he's gone to a 3-2 count with Curtis Pride. The Tigers do not have a runner as yet. They've got one out in the second. The game scoreless. And he strikes out another. 4 strikeouts. 5 straight batters have gone down. And it's K time here in Montreal.
Here it is again. A little circle change right there. You can see he can grip it as he takes it out of his glove, and he takes a lot off that pitch. A lot of confidence in throwing it for a strike. 3-2.
Raul Casanova, the switch batting Tiger catcher at the plate. And it's a strike. That one's a little low inside. A 1-1 on Casanova. Nevin waiting on deck. In close under the hands. 2-1 the count on Casanova. Three 3-1 the count on him. There's a fly ball hit down the left field line. And it is caught in foul territory by Henry Rodriguez in the side out 1-2-3. At the end of 1.5, the game scoreless.
Tiger Baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, who reminds you fresh beer tastes better. By Dodge. See your friendly Dodge dealer today. And by High Grades Ballpark Franks. They plump when you cook them.
0-0. We're going to the last half of the second here in Montreal, and Henry Rodriguez, who had a home run with a man on in last night's game and also a single, will lead it off. Justin Thompson pitching for the Tigers. Fouled away for a strike. Montreal looking for its 8th straight win. They've been the hottest team in the major leagues. One and one, the count on Rodriguez. Young man from Texas, Justin Thompson, working quickly. Delivers in close. He's wide with us. 3-1 on Henry.
Rodriguez traded from the Dodgers to Montreal in '95 for Joey Eishen. and Roberto Kelly. Never had a chance to play on a regular basis with the Dodgers.
Fouls this one away, and the count is full on him now. Happens so often now when a guy does get to play and comes through, he can carve himself a real career.
Well, that's all anybody can ask, an opportunity over a long length of time, and he had a chance here.
That one's just out of the strike zone, and it will be a base on ball. Merci, merci. Il n'est pas de quoi. Rondell White, the center fielder, who's been in and out of the lineup because of injuries, hitting .296. There's a one-hopper fielded by Reed over to Cruz. One relay gets past Tony Clark. It will be a force out. Backing up the plate, Casanova.
It was a very slow developing double play. Ball hit him right on the handle. One hopper to Jody. And you would think this would have been a very easy double play, although Cruz throws the ball a little wild at first base. It could possibly have been a double play. You don't see Davey throw the ball wild very often.
Here's Darren Fletcher, the catcher, with a man on and the man out. The game scoreless. Fletcher knocked in a couple of runs last evening, had a single and double in 4 trips, bounced out a couple of times. Infield again in double play depth. There's a ground foul just outside of third. The ball ricochets back up into the seats. And a gentleman from Verdun will take that one home.
Darren grew up being a Tiger fan because his father, Tom, played for the Tigers back in '62. Didn't play very long. Pitcher had hurt his arm. Spent quite a few years in the minor leagues for Detroit.
There's a fly ball drifting foul and into the seats down into left field. Pride chasing, but it's in among the customers. So Justin now has 2 quick strikes on the Montreal catcher Fletcher. One ball, 2 strikes, the count on him.
White has good speed at first base, although he's not a good base stealer. He has 8 stolen bases, but he's been thrown out 5 times, but he does run real well.
Ground ball hit foul and down past the dugout. Pete McCannon coaching at third base. And Louis Pujols at the first base coach. One and 2 the count. Talking to Tommy Harper, the coach for Montreal, he said they don't have many base stealers on this team like they did before, when they had Nixon and Tim Raines and a lot of others that could run. Ground ball hit up the middle. There's Jody Reed over to Cruz. 1 for the first double play. 2 for the price of 1 to the Tigers. Their second double play in 2 innings, and at the end of 2, the game is scoreless.
The Tigers, along with Bud and Bud Light, are giving away a trip for 2 to the All-Star game in Cleveland on July 8th. The trip includes hotel accommodations, transportation, and tickets to the ball game. Now, to enter, just send your name, address, and phone number on a postcard only to Bud Bonanza, Cara Tiger Stadium, 2121 Trumbull Avenue, Detroit, Michigan, 48216. deadline for entering is June 20th, and you must be at least 21 years old to enter.
Well, Mr. Thompson getting ready to...
I don't think he's looking forward to this either.
To come to the plate. He picked a great guy to break in
Oh,
against.
boy, I'm telling you.
This is Nevin at bat now. Phil Nevin, who's playing third base tonight for the Tigers. He's hitting .232. Pedro Martinez on the mound and is still firing those bullets, and he's got a 1-1 count now on Nevin.
Nevin's probably going to get a lot of playing time. Bobby Higginson has been put on the 15-day disabled list. Tigers brought up Joe Hall from Toledo.
And Joe is here in uniform, ready to play if they need him. 1-2 the count on Nevin. That will even it at 2-2. Well, Martinez struck out 222 last season. Here's Bobby Higginson watching the action from the sidelines. And another strikeout for Mr. Martinez. That's 5. He has retired 7 batters and struck out 5.
Well, he's threw a couple breaking balls and just rears back and throws the ball about 94, 95 miles an hour, and with great location right on the inner part of the plate.
Davy Cruz batting. He was 0 for 2 in last night's game. There's a fly ball hit the left field. Rodriguez going back at the wall, leaping. He won't get it. It's off the wall. Cruz digging. He's got himself a stand-up double. That is the first hit for the Tigers.
And I was about to say, I don't think they're going to strike Davy out, because Davy will swing anything close just to put the ball in play. This time he got a fastball, and he's been showing a little bit of pop lately. There's his 13th double of the year. Davy just happy to put the ball in play. This time he gets a fastball that he can drive. Rodriguez looked like he might have had a chance to make the play just out of his reach.
And here is Justin Thompson up for the first time, probably in a long, long time. Strike one. Well, Mr. Olivares has set the pace for the Tiger pitchers with his 2 hits last night. Put a high standard for them to keep up with.
This is one of the disadvantages for the American League when you're playing in the National League Park.
Strike 2 on Justin Thompson.
It's a little bit faster than the coach is throwing about 50 miles an hour at you.
Yeah, you know it.
About half the speed.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors on each side. And the 2 pitchers facing each other right now. Martinez on the mound. Fires to second as Lansing ducks behind to put a late tag on Cruz. Outfield is shallow a little bit to left on Justin. And that's strike 3. He goes back to the dugout. The 6th strikeout victim.
Well, he doesn't really look that bad at the plate. This time he just couldn't hold up on a very questionable pitch, a little bit just out of the strike zone. But hey, he's a guy that hasn't been to the plate probably in, what, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, at least. And he looked about as good as anybody.
Looks better than some of our right-handed hitters.
Here's Hunter at the plate. He struck out to start the game, and Martinez feeds him an outside fastball. Tigers have had 1 runner. He's out there at second right now. Davy Cruz with his 1-out double. Game is scoreless. We're in the 3rd inning. Olympic Stadium, Montreal, the scene of Tiger action tonight. There's a little looper back toward the infield, and Lansing puts it away to retire the Tigers. At the end of 2 1/2, the game still scoreless.
Show your team spirit by wearing official licensed apparel from Lee Sport. Lee Sport, the brand for fans just like you, and the official outfitter for the Detroit Tiger announcers. And Tiger Baseball is brought to you by CarQuest Auto Parts. Welcome to the pros.
Justin Thompson going to work. Last half the third, no score. Doug Strings hits a ground ball to short. Cruz backs up, loves it, throw to Clark. He got him. 1 pitch and 1 away. Well, everybody said that this might be a pretty good pitching duel, and so far, Al, it's developing that way.
It certainly is, Ernie. They're throwing strikes. They've been impressive and with good location in their pitches, and it looked like they're going to be, both these teams be playing for 1 run if they get a man on base.
Well, here's young Ryan McGuire. They brought up from Toledo the 4th of June, and he has filled the bill. He's hit safely in 8 straight games since they brought him up. And you see that average is pretty high.
Taking advantage of the situation. David Segui, of course, is their first baseman, and a very good one, but he's taking advantage of the opportunity, and it may not be with Montreal, but it could be with some other team. There's David right there, a very good player right there.
1-1 now. They count on McGuire. On the count on the first baseman. Justin Thompson trying for his 7th win. There's a ground ball hit the third, knocked down by Nevin. He throws, but late, and it'll be an infield hit. A broken bat infield hit for McGuire.
McGuire, who signed as a power-hitting first baseman out of UCLA, gets jammed on this one and places it almost over the bag. A good play by Phil to stop it, but McGuire runs well for a first baseman.
Here's the pitcher, Martinez, at bat, hitting 1-1-1. He looks at a strike call. Nevin charging in, looking for the sacrifice bunt attempt. We've got a scoreless tie here in Montreal in the third. One and one, that's the count. Talking about Justin Thompson trying to get his 7th win. That was high in victories in the Tiger pitching staff last year. Olivares led the team with 7 victories. Justin has a chance to tie that tonight. There's a bunt toward first base. Thompson grabs it and flips it over to Clark. It's a sacrifice, moving McGuire into second, where he'll be with 2 down. Santangelo will be the batter.
Pretty good technique there. He deadens the ball. Pretty tough to do here on AstroTurf, but pretty good technique there by deadening the ball and placing it towards first base.
Santangelo started the game with a strikeout. 0 for 1 against Justin. There's a ground ball hit the third, and it will be foul. Santangelo was saying that the batters didn't look at any films of Thompson. They just knew that he was a good hard thrower. Strike 2, the count on the leadoff man, batting here with 2 down, and the man at second base.
Here's a pretty good changeup right here, and good location. Ball going down and away from the right-handed batter, and you have to admire somebody like Santangelo. He spent 7 years in the minor leagues. You really have to pull for somebody like that to make it once he gets here.
And he struck him out with a high, hard one. At the end of 3, the game still scoreless. No score, 4th inning. Jody Reed looking at a breaking ball that grabs the outside corner for a strike. Jody struck out in the 1st inning. Pedro Martinez, the 25-year-old fastballer, delivers in close, and the count even 1-1. He has struck out 2 Tigers in each of the first 3 innings, a total of 6. They have 1 hit off him, a 1-out double by Cruz. He was left at second.
This fellow's going to be a free agent next year, too. I think there won't be some bidding on that.
Oh, you know it. Get your bids in. It's a ball outside at 2-1.
See his pattern of pitching to a right-hander. He gets ahead of the count, then he'll throw a fastball way inside, and then throw a breaking ball, hopefully over the plate for a strike.
Reed lines one to the second baseman Lansing, who gloves it over a little bit to his right. And there's one up and one down. Well, now we were talking about how intimidating this guy is. Of the guys you faced in your major league career, who were the most intimidating pitchers?
Well, certainly Ryan Duran has to be one of them, who would knock you down. And of course, Bob Gibson, I'm thankful I didn't have to face him too many times, except the World Series and a couple All-Star games. But Ryan Duran used to have a habit of throwing one under the chin every once in a while.
Nieves with a strike one count now. And there's another strike. Well, you've got Don Drysdale. You didn't see a whole lot of him.
I'm glad.
And Ewell Blackwell, another one in that other league. And how about Dick Raditz?
Dick Raditz, he had great control. He basically was a guy that pitched away all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But he threw hard, 94, 95, and great control.
But Ryan Duran had those thick glasses on, and you didn't know whether he could see or not.
And his last pitch to the catcher, he would always throw up against the screen.
And Nieves goes down swinging. That is the 7th strikeout recorded by the fans out there with a big K. Here's Tony Clark. He fanned to start the second inning. There's a strike. Of the 7 Tiger strikeouts, nobody has repeated. There have been 7 different batters who have fanned. There's a fly ball hit down the left field line. Everybody's chasing, and it is out of play. Foul ball. Well, the only Tigers who have not struck out are Casanova and Cruz. I think Gibson, probably, of all the pitchers I saw, you know, I had a good seat. I wasn't down there swinging at him, but he looked to me to be the most intimidating of all. Mean, and he threw hard.
Sal Magley had the barber. The old barber was one that used to throw one, give you a little shave under the chin. They used to say all the time. That's why they called him the barber.
There's a pitch in too close. The thing about Sal, though, he didn't throw real hard. Mostly breaking balls.
A lot of sliders.
Mm-hmm. There's a foul out of play to the left of the plate. 1 and 2.
I used to get knocked down a lot by Pedro Ramos.
Oh yeah, sure. Washington. Mm-hmm. And later Minnesota.
Yeah. He used to throw one inside a lot to me, and then try to throw a lot of breaking balls after that.
There's a bounding ball to right, and it is a base hit for Tony Clark, a 2-out single. That will be the second Tiger hit, and their second runner tonight against Martinez.
Well, here's a circle change, and it probably does you a favor when he throws you that pitch. And this is an excellent pitch. Of course, Tony is a low ball hitter, and he's able just to get a piece of the bat on the ball.
He's on first base now with 2 down. This game is scoreless. The pitchers have completely dominated in the early going. Curtis Pride at bat. He fanned in the second inning. Ground ball hit to the left side. Resolanek bobbles it, and everybody's safe. Had to go a little bit to his right. That will be an error. Resolanek bobbling it as he went to his right.
Actually, a very easy play for a flip to second base. He catches the ball, hits it on the heel of the glove. Easy play for a flip to second base.
That'll give the Tigers their first scoring chance. They've got 2 on and 2 out in a game that has not seen a score by either team. And the switch batting catcher Casanova will be at the plate. He fouled out the left fielder, Rodriguez, to end the second inning. Rowell takes his cut, strike one. Mr. Martinez from the Dominican Republic. 2 Tigers on with 2 down. It's a strike. He nipped the corner. Strike 2, 2 on, 2 out. A foul out of play. Now, don't you think a fellow who works quickly, has a good reputation for control, gets a little better break from the plate umpire?
Oh, I think so. If he's around the plate, works fast, he'll get a lot of pitches that may be just off the plate. And believe me, those umpires behind the plate appreciate a pitcher that gets the ball and want to throw it.
Whereas a guy with a wild reputation, he's not going to help him too much. Strike 2 pitch. It's a wide one in the count 1-2.
What also happens, Ernie, is that usually the team behind you plays a little better behind you. They're always on their toes, and they'll make those plays. But if you're 3-2 all the time, sometimes you get back on your heels and you don't get that real good jump on the ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Casanova. It's one knocked down by Martinez. The throw to first to McGuire ends the inning, and at the end of 3.5, it is still scoreless.
It is now time for the Bell Tire scoring summary.
Bell Tire.
Well, this game so far certainly lived up to its billing. Martinez, 4 innings, 7 strikeouts. Lansing, McGuire both had singles. Thompson, 3 innings, just 2 hits and 2 strikeouts. So it is a pitcher's duel, just as we expected, Ernie and Al.
Yes, sirree, Jim Price. And here's Lansing, who had the first hit of the game, a single in the first inning. He was erased on a double play. The Tigers pulled the double plays in each of the first 2 innings. Well, Lansing stretched his hitting streak to 8 straight games. And he takes a wide one from Justin Thompson. Had a good homestand, Mr. Lansing. No runs, 2 hits on each side. In close, and the count goes 2-0.
Member of Wichita State University in 1986 when they became the College World Series champs.
Ground ball, base hit. He'll probably get 2 out of this one. Pride in the corner to field it, and Lansing slides in with a double. 2 for 2 for Lansing.
There's a cut fastball that gets in on his hands, but it's up in the strike zone, and he's able to hit it right over the bag. This is a tough left field to play, but Curtis plays it well and makes a good throw to second base.
Lansing on second. Grudzelanek will be the batter. A mark hit into a double play in the first inning. This is the second time in 4 innings that the Expos have put their leadoff man on base. Henry Rodriguez led off the second with a walk. Thompson ready to go to work. Grudzelanek takes a strike. Hannes Jr. Quite a neighborhood to be in with the great Hannes Wagner.
You bet.
Hannes Wagner, one of the original members of the Hall of Fame at Cooper's down. Strike 2. Radzolani hits a little booper that goes foul and rolls over toward his dugout.
Well, he really got a big piece of that then. Radzolani trying to go the opposite way with 2 strikes. Of course, Justin has that cut fastball that would ride right inside, and well, he didn't hit that ball very far from his hands.
And it only went about 40 feet. So he's got a new piece of lumber now. Man on second base. Nobody down. 4th inning. The game scoreless here in Montreal. That's Lansing who led off this inning with a double. Radzolani waiting and takes a wide one. That's McCannon, the third base coach. Fly ball hit down and fouled into the seats. Thompson with a 6-4 record and an earned run average up, but among the leaders 2.92. There's another one fouled away to the right of the plate, back into the seats. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's a pretty good time right now to come inside. His 3 pitches in a row he's thrown out over the plate. Radzolani just trying to put the ball in play here with a man on second base.
He fouls another one, this one to the screen. Well, Justin doesn't nibble around, does he? He just gets the ball and fires it. That's Lansing at second. Radzolani at the bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a fly ball into right center. Brian Hunter makes the catch. Here's the tag at second. Lansing heads for third and makes it easily. The throw wide of the mark. And the Expos now have a man at third and 1 away.
It does a hitter a favor when he throws a changeup in a situation, especially when you know you have a hitter like this who is really trying to hit the ball the opposite way. Brian does everything he can. He just can't get behind the ball soon enough to make a real strong throw, an accurate throw to third base.
This is the first time either team has had a man at third. 1 down. The Tigers are going to bring their infield in. And Rodriguez, the cleanup man for Felipe Alou, steps in. Henry drew a walk to start the second inning. Had a 2-run homer last night. Ball 1 on Henry Rodriguez. Game scoreless, but a threat now by Montreal. A man at third and 1 away. 2-0 the count on Rodriguez. That's Lansing at third. Ball 3. Thompson has issued 1 walk, and the man at the plate now is the guy who got it, Rodriguez.
And I think he'll be swinging too. He's their home run hitter on this ball club.
And he takes a walk. That's ball 4. Now runners at first and third with a 1 away for the center fielder Rondell White. He'll hit into a force on a ground ball to second base in the second. Well, the Tigers back up their infield in double play depth. That's Rodriguez at first.
Casanova getting the signs, relaying them from the bench to the infielders, what they were going to do in case Rodriguez tries to go to second base, whether they're going to throw through the second base or not.
White, young man from Georgia, waiting. It's a foul on the screen to strike one. He's come up through the Montreal system after being drafted in June of 1990. Had 2 full years with the Expos. And Justin Thompson trying to hold him off and keep it scoreless. Ground ball fouled down past third and into the Tiger dugout.
Well, Justin's quickly ahead of the speedy batter. He can do a lot of different things now. Pitch him inside and then maybe go away with a changeup. Let's see what he decides to do.
Strike 2 pitch. Fouled away. Got a piece of it. Right back of the plate, they have a spot where people can buy tickets, sit down, and enjoy a little repast.
Well, they are close to the action, too.
Very close. They're 53 feet from home plate when it actually should be at least 60 according to the rule. There's a foul out of play. Catchers like that, though, they don't have to run as far to get the ball.
This is actually a very good ballpark to hit in as you take a look at the seats behind home plate. Not very much foul territory.
Still 2 strikes. And he pops another foul. This one over the screen and in among the customers.
I should say foul territory. A lot of balls get into the stands, where in most ballparks they are caught for an out.
Nice overview of the indoor edifice here with the artificial turf. White pops it up into short left field. Here comes Brian Hunter over, makes the catch. Here's the Tiger third coming home. The throw not in time. Into score comes Lansing, and it is 1-0 on the sacrifice fly.
A little confusing out there in left center field. Curtis tried for some reason, I don't know whether he saw the ball or not. Hunter kept looking at Curtis to see whether or not he's going to make the play, and then he had to get over there and did not get in a real good position to make the play. There he gets over there and has to rush it. A good throw would have had him at home plate, but throws it right up the line and unable to make the play.
One to nothing. Montreal scores the game's first run here in the 4th inning. They've got a man at first now with 2 down. And Thompson throwing to third. The Tigers appealing that the runner Lansing left third base too early. The appeal not recognized by the third base umpire Eric Gregg.
Well, you have to wonder what Henry Rodriguez was thinking about. He's still at first base.
Yeah. Didn't move. There he goes. And the pitches the ball. The throw to second goes into center field. Jody Reed backs him up and gets by him. Brian Hunter picks it up, fires to third, not in time, and Rodriguez takes third.
Well, maybe that's what he wanted to do. Maybe he wanted to steal base.
He did it, and he takes third on the errant throw by Casanova.
To the runner. Cruz could not knock it down. The ball gets by Jody Reed, and Rodriguez goes to third base. Well, that's stolen base number 3 and an error on Casanova.
Means that each team has committed an error in this game. 1-0. The Expos have broken through, scored the game's first run, and they're threatening now. They've got another one with a man at third and 2 down. Rick Adair out to talk with Justin. Fletcher, the catcher batting, he hit into a double play to end the second inning. Ball one, the count on him. Fletcher fouls it to the screen, a 1-1. So they score on a double by Lansing. A fly ball gets him to third, and another sacrifice fly gets him in home. Meanwhile, Rodriguez threw a walk, stole second, and took third on a throwing error by Casanova. Fletcher taps one foul over toward his dugout. One ball, two strikes. That's the count on him. That's Rodriguez leading down the line from third. Missed the outside corner with that one. 2-2. One to nothing. Montreal on top, fourth inning. Fouled away. Buddy Bell watching the interleague action here in Montreal tonight. Game number 3 comes off tomorrow afternoon. Then the Tigers head home to battle the Florida Marlins. Hard grounded, Jody Reed over to Clark, and that'll be all. But Montreal gets a run, and at the end of 4, the Expos won, the Tigers nothing.
Okay, here's the Little Caesars American League East standing. Of course, Baltimore just running away with it. They're 8 games ahead of the Yankees. Toronto's third, 13.5. Detroit, 14. And Boston, 18 games out. Baltimore, tough to beat. And here's the farm report. Toledo having a good year, 37 and 27. Second place in the International League West. Western Michigan, 44 and 17. Boy, they're running away with that division.
Yes, sir. Clinched the title. Here we go now. The Tigers trail 1-0, fifth inning. And a fastball in close. A ball one on Nevin. Phil struck out to start the third. He's starting out the fifth inning now. Martinez on the mound. And Pedro gets a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Breaking pitch down in the way. 2-1 on the Phil Nevin. It's a strike. 2-2 the count on him. Big guy playing third base this evening. Fouls it away. The bat goes back toward the screen. The ball hits the screen and ricochets back toward the catcher. So he'll have to pick up his bat from under the canvas. By the side of the road and watch it go by. That's the 8th strikeout. He becomes the first Tiger to strike out twice.
Martinez is coming off of his career high 13 strikeouts against the Cubs in his last start. Looks like he's on his way to breaking that one again.
Here's a Cruz looking at a strike. Cruz had the first Tiger hit a double, and he's one of the 2 Tigers who is not fanned tonight. The other one is Casanova. Now he's got 2 strikes on him. Mr. Martinez has been tough. There's a foul off the mid of Fletcher. Still 2 strikes on the Davy. Davies doubled down into the left field corner. The first hit, the second Tiger hit, was a single to right off the bat of Tony Clark.
I think Davies going to see a little breaking ball here. He had too good a swing of the fastball.
Strike 2 count. Ground ball bouncing past Strange through his legs, and safe at first base is Cruz. He comes on back.
It's going to be another error for the Montreal Ball Club. That's their second error. A breaking ball that hangs a little bit in the middle of the plate. This is a good pitch to hit for Dave. You can see hitting flat-footed. He just wants to put the ball in play. And old Doug Strange, former Tiger.
The glove came up and the ball didn't.
That's right. He didn't stay down long enough.
So Cruz is safe on the error, and that will bring up the pitcher, Justin Thompson. They're looking for the bunt from Justin. He took a call, third strike in the third inning.
Well, this has to be an experience right here, that Justin turning around and try to bunt a 94, 95 mile-an-hour fastball. I hope he knows how to grip the bat so it doesn't get hit on the fingers.
He lays one down to the pitcher. Martinez fires to second, and they get the front man Cruz on the force instead of having a sacrifice. Resalonik covered the bag and took the throw from the pitcher, Martinez.
Wasn't a bad bunt. It's just that it's here on AstroTurf. It's direct back to the pitcher. Had it been in Detroit, it would have been an excellent bunt, but Davey doesn't run that well, and it's an easy out at second base.
That'll bring to bat Brian Hunter with Thompson on at first and 2 down. 1-0 the score. Montreal in the lead. There's a fastball outside. Martinez has struck out at least 1 per inning. In the first 3 innings, he struck out 2 in each of those. He struck out 1 in the 4th. He's had 1 here in the 5th. Here's a strike. 1-1 the count on Brian Hunter. Two down, 1 on, 1-0. Expos on top. High outside fastball, 2-1.
O'Brien just can't get him to go towards the pitcher. He always wants to step towards third base, and that pitch away from him gives him a lot of trouble. He knows he's doing it, but he just can't correct it. Watch where that foot goes.
2-2 the count on him. Pedro Martinez on the mound. There's Thompson at first with 2 down. Little chop foul back of the plate in the dirt. Martinez had not walked the batter. That's Jody Reed on deck for the Tigers. And Hunter with a 2-2 pitch forthcoming. Struck him out. That's number 9 in the strikeout column. And at the end of 4.5, Montreal 1, Detroit 0.
When you think of the Detroit Tiger organization, you have to think about Jim Campbell. He worked his way up through the organization and became a lifetime member of the Tigers. He helped to piece together that great 68 championship team and the 84 championship teams. He was president of the Tigers from 1978 to 1990. And through it all, he was certainly a Tiger. Hoover, nobody does it like you.
Doug Strange leading off. Ball 1 the count on Doug, and it is a 2-0 count now on the ex-Tiger. 1-0 the Expos in the lead. First time up, he bounced to shortstop. Doug fouls it away. Now Doug became a father in the offseason. I mean, he really became a father His wife gave birth to quadruplets. Oh. 3 boys and a girl down there in the Duke Hospital in North Carolina. There's a high foul drifting out of play back at first base. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for Montreal. Detroit, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Thompson and Martinez locked in a pitching duel here at Olympic Stadium. There's a line drive base hit over second base. Strange is on with the 4th hit for Montreal.
Well, it wasn't a very pretty swing, but this whole Montreal ball club, they don't like to strike out. They protect the plate. They just want to put the ball in play on this AstroTurf. That's why they came into this game batting .281, second in the National League in hitting.
Well, here's a man who's hit very well. 9 straight games since they brought him up from Ottawa. Ryan McGuire, he singled in the 3rd inning, his first time up. And takes an outside fastball, ball 1 from Justin Thompson. A pretty good way to break in. Now Justin trying to get him out with a man on and nobody down. Fouled away. Pete McCannon, the 3rd base coach, and there's the skipper, Buddy Bell of the Tigers. Seeing what happens here with that man on and nobody down. 1-1 to McGuire. He fouls it away. Montreal got their run in the 4th inning on a double by Lansing and a couple of fly balls got him home. 1-2 pitch. McGuire hits the ball on the ground to 3rd. Nevin over to 2nd to Jody Reed. That's all they'll get. It'll be a force out. 1 on and 1 out here in the 5th inning.
Just trying to protect the plate. Bounce a 3-hopper to Nevin. Makes a poor throw to second base. Jody just trying to get out of the way of the sliding Doug Strange. Travis Fryman day to day. He may be back in the lineup tomorrow.
Here's Martinez now, the pitcher. Travis has that nerve problem in his neck. It's sort of a chronic problem that comes and goes, and they're treating it with the stretching.
He's been able to take batting practice, but he has a lot of trouble when he bends and to pick up the ball and then throw it.
And it'll go away a little bit, and he never knows when it'll come back. There's a bunt by Martinez back to Thompson. He'll throw to 2nd. There's one relay to 1st. A Tiger double play to end the inning. And at the end of 5, it is Montreal 1, Detroit 0.
Pretty tough to bunt on this AstroTurf. Justin does a good job firing the ball to second base, and Cruz makes a strong throw to 1st.
And that double play by the Tigers will send a $50 gift certificate to Marilyn Dunstone of St. Clair Shores. And every time the Tigers turn a double play, one lucky fan wins a $50 gift certificate redeemable at Murray's Discount Auto Stores. To register for chance to win, stop by any participating Murray's Discount Auto Store near you. Tigers coming to bat in the 6th inning, trailing 1-0. Jody Reed fouls off the first pitch from Pedro Martinez, who has pitched brilliantly to blank the Tigers on only a couple of hits. He has fanned 9 in the first 5 innings. 2 strikes on Jody.
Been somewhat of a trend for the Tigers lately, not scoring early, then scoring runs in the second half of the ball game. Hopefully that'll be true here in this game.
1-2 now. The count on the veteran infielder Jody Reed. Martinez has not walked the batter. It's a high one, and the count evens at 2-2. Only one outfield putout for Montreal, and that was on a foul fly to left that Rodriguez picked off. Ground ball to third. Strange fires to first. Jody Reed's out. Here's Melvin Nieves, who's playing right field. He's gone 0 for 2. Ball 1 to Melvin. He has popped to third and struck out. One and one. Fouled away to the screen. The Tiger hit. Cruz had a one-out double in the third, was left there. Clark had a two-out single in the fourth inning. Went to second when Pride was safe on an error. And he was left at second base. The only other Tiger runner, Cruz, reached on an error by Strange in the fifth inning. In too close, he missed the inside corner. 2-2 on Melvin Nieves. 1-0, that's the score. Montreal has a one. Foul away. Struck him out. That is number 10.
Melvin just overmatched, throwing fastballs and a straight changeup, and he is just dominating Melvin in this ball game.
And the K's keep on coming here in Montreal. Tony Clark. Strike one. He has struck out and singled to right. Pedro Martinez. Fouled away. 2 strikes on Tony. That's Justin Thompson on the short end of the game right now, 1-0. But he has pitched a strong performance here tonight. Strike 2 pitch. Well, that's what Al Kaline was telling you. They get 2 strikes and they move them back.
He's noted for this. When he pitches inside, he pitches inside. He very seldom ever gets beat on the pitch inside, because usually it's off the plate.
There's a wide one, and the count now 2-2 on Tony. One to nothing. Montreal in the lead in the 6th. Missed the corner. Full count. And the folks here proving that you can boo in French as well as English. Foul away. The first 7 Tiger batters went down in a row. And that domination, although not quite that strong, has continued here into the 6th inning. Got a piece of it and fouled it off.
Just amazed that he can throw so hard and have such great control with his fastball. Usually a guy who throws this hard will give you a pitch more in the middle of the plate once in a while, but he can hit the inside and outside part of the plate almost at will.
Wow, he walked him on a close one. Tony gets the first walk issued by Pedro Martinez. Now to put a man on by the Tigers. 2 out for Curtis Pride. Pride has struck out and was safe on the error by the shortstop, Rosolani. It's a strike. How do you think Pedro's lost any velocity on his fastball?
It doesn't look like it at all. He is still throwing hard. He's mixing his pitches up well. I haven't seen that much of a breaking ball, especially to the left-handers, but he has an outstanding changeup.
Strike one pitch to Pride and make it strike 2.
There's that circle change. Look at the good movement on it. Because that's what you like to throw, Curtis. He's a good fastball hitter.
That's Clark at first with a 2-out walk here in the 6th inning. Tigers trail it 1-0. Foul away. Casanova waiting his hitting turn. One of the 2 Tigers who is not fanned tonight. .97 pitches. Make it 98. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Curtis Pride. Struck him out. That's number 11, and we go to the last half of the 6th. Montreal 1, Detroit 0.
The first kids camp of the season will be held June 26th at Tiger Stadium. For more information, call 313-962-4000.
Okay, here's the MCI home run leaders. Will Ken Griffey break Roger Maris's record? 26 home runs on the year. McGuire's right there with 24. Tino Martinez, 21. Vaughn Clark with 18. And 2 others tied at 17. Ken Griffey Jr. He can do it all, Ernie Harwell.
He sure can. Santangelo leads it off now. He struck out twice against Jason Thompson, and he swings and misses that first pitch.
Well, you can see why Santangelo gets hit by a lot of pitches. He really falls into the home plate when he swings. Has a difficult time getting out of the way of the ball.
He fouls this one away, and he's got 2 strikes on him. Mr. Thompson has pitched a strong game, but he is losing right now 1-0 in the last half of the 6th inning. They got a run in the 4th. Lansing doubled and scored on a couple of fly balls. Santangelo strikes out for the 3rd straight time. So there's 1 up and 1 away in the Montreal 6th inning.
Well, 2 fastballs and a curveball. You haven't seen Justin throwing that breaking ball very much in tonight's game, but that was a dandy.
Well, here's the man who scored the game's only run. Mac Lansing. He singled in the 1st. He doubled in the 4th. There's a strike called. nobody on, and Lansing looks at another strike from Justin Thompson. And he got him 2 back-to-back strikeouts here in the Montreal 6th inning.
Well, this is one of the better pitching duels you'll ever see. 2 outstanding young pitchers going head-to-head against each other. Justin, unfortunately, 1 run behind the Montreal team.
Mark Rodzolanic at the bat now. There's Martinez on the bench. There's a line drive into right field by Rodzolanic. A 2-out single by the shortstop.
Little short swing, hits the ball the opposite field well. They say he doesn't strike out very much. He's the ideal number 3 hitter, although you'd like to see a little bit more power from your number 3 hitter, but he's perfect for this ball club.
Here's Henry Rodriguez. He's walked twice. Rodzolanic at first base. He's stolen 25 this year. Draws a throw, gets back safely. 1-0. Montreal in the lead. They're batting in the 6th inning with a man on and 2 down. Runner goes. There's a ball, and there'll be no throw. He gets his 26th stolen base.
Hey, he gets a great jump. That's one of the things that Justin has to work on when he goes to spring training. He has a tendency to concentrate so much on the hitters that he forgets about the guy at first base.
Rodzolanic on its second now, and Rodriguez waits. It's a fastball over for a strike. One to nothing. That's the score. Montreal on top. Got him swinging on that one, and they count 1-2. Struck him out, and at the end of 6, Montreal 1, the Tigers nothing.
Tiger fans, stop by your local sports authority by June 15th to sign up for your chance to be a winner in the Tiger Getaway Sweepstakes. One lucky winner will win a trip for 2 to see the Yankees in New York. Additional prizes include Tiger tickets and merchandise. So visit the Sports Authority today.
7th inning, the Tigers trail 1-0 here in Montreal. It's been a brilliant pitching duel between Martinez and Thompson. Casanova at the bat takes the ball outside. Raul has a foul to left field and a tap back to the pitcher. Two 2-0 the count on the switch batting catcher. The Tigers looking for an instant run or 2 here in the late stages. Pedro Martinez trying to hold them off. There's a foul fly hit the left field. It'll reach the seats down in the corner. Casanova and Cruz are the 2 Tigers who have not fanned. Hunter, Nieves, Pride, and Nevin have struck out twice apiece. There's a 1-hopper to second. Lansing over to the first baseman, McGuire, for the first out in the 7th inning. Only that one outfield put out by Rodriguez in foul territory off Tiger bats. Montreal's hit 2 fly balls, and they figured in the scoring of the run. They came in the 4th inning. A couple of flies to center field after the double by Lansing. Strike on Nevin, who has struck out twice. 0 for 2 for Phil. He's playing third tonight. Martinez wide with this one to even the count at 1-1. We're in the 7th, and the Expos have the lead, 1-0. Got the corner. Struck him out. That is an even dozen racked up by Martinez. The paid attendance tonight, 21,127. Martinez ready to pitch to Davy Cruz, who's had a double and was safe on an error. Here's a strike called on Davy. Foul out of play, 2 strikes on him. Matt Walbeck, the Tiger catcher, will begin rehabilitation in AAA Toledo tomorrow. We wish him well down there.
He was down in Lakeland for a while, and now he's moving up to AAA to get a few, probably a few games under his belt there.
And keep coming up the ladder. Got him swinging, and that is 13 strikeouts. The Tigers go 1-2-3. We go to the last half of the 7th. Montreal on top, 1-0.
Okay, gang, come celebrate Paul's birthday Monday, June 16th, as the Tigers take on the Florida Marlins. Billy the Marlin will be on hand for the festivities. Then, after the game, kids 14 and under can run the bases. For tickets, call 248-25-TIGER.
It's been a dandy, and everybody enjoys a good close ball game, and that's what we've got right now. Montreal 1, Detroit 0, last half of the 7th. Rondell White is swinging and missing on a Thompson pitch at strike 1. 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors for Montreal. The Tigers, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Strike 2. And he struck him out. So Thompson going to the strikeout pitch. The last 4 batters, he has retired a bit on strikes.
Another excellent changeup here. Out of the strike zone. He's been getting hit ahead of the hitters the last couple of innings. And consequently, they're going after that bad pitch on the 3rd strike.
Now he'll pitch to Darren Fletcher, the catcher, who is hit into double play to second and bounced to second in his 2 trips. He pops one back of third in foul territory, but Phil Nevin can't reach it. It's over the dugout and in the seats. The only run in the game came in the 4th inning. Lansing led off for the Expos with a double. Went to third when Olenek hit a fly ball to center field and scored on a sacrifice fly by White. That's a strike. 2 quick ones on Fletcher. Thompson in a groove now in the 7th inning. But trailing 1-0. Fastball low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the first 6 innings, the Expos had a hit in every one except the 2nd. Breaking ball wide, 2-2. Lansing has a single and a double. Razolonic has a single. Strange a single. McGuire single. Pitch in too close on Fletcher. Full count.
He should get a good pitch to hit here. They don't want to walk him. Probably should get a fastball here to hit.
And he did walk him with a low fastball. The second wash issued by Justin. The skipper.
Well, that guy gets a lot out of his players, doesn't he?
He certainly does.
He loses great players year in and year out, but he always has contending teams.
Strange at the bat now. Doug Strange was a throw to first, but Fletcher back safely. 1 out, 1 on, 7th inning. Deep and close.
No, he's not a base stealer, but I think what they're thinking, maybe possibly they might be a hit and run with Strange at the plate.
Backed him up a little bit. Ball 1 on Doug. Thompson has walked 2 and struck out 6. One and 1 the count.
Doug going after a bad pitch, anticipating a fastball, didn't get it.
Here's a strike. The Tiger infield's pulled off 3 double plays already. They'd like to get another one here. 1 and 2 the count on Doug Strange. Fletcher at first base, 1 man down. 1-0 Montreal. In too close, he missed the corner. Two the count. Struck him out. Number 7.
Well, Justin's matching him almost pitch for pitch. Again, another excellent pitch with 2 strikes. Doug Strange goes down swinging on a bad breaking pitch.
Ryan McGuire, the first baseman, has a single. He was safe on a force out. Fastball in tight on him, ball 1. Two down and the man on. 7th inning. 1-0 Expos. Fly ball to right. A diving grab by Nieves. A brilliant catch by Nieves to end the inning. A great catch, and the 7th inning is history. At the end of 7, Montreal leads at 1-0.
All right, Melvin Nieves, what a play he just made out in right field on a line drive hit by McGuire. That ball looked like it's going to be in between. Look at the extension as far as he can go, and made an outstanding play. This certainly saves a run from scoring all the way from first base. If that ball got by him, there's no question that another run would have scored. But an outstanding play. Great jump by Melvin Nieves. There he is. And it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter, Ernie.
Yep, it'll be Damian Easley to come up to bat for Justin Thompson. who pitched a brilliant game here tonight against Pedro Martinez and the Montreal team. Easily batting .247 as a pinch hitter. He has 2 hits and 4 trips. And he looks at a breaking ball for a strike. Two quick strikes on the pinch batter. Well, Jason Thompson can be proud of his effort as he puts his jacket on over there on the dugout bench.
It's about 8 straight games now. He has been one outstanding pitcher for the Tigers.
In close on easily in the count 1-2. Tigers trying to get it going. They trail 1-0. Beginning of the 8th inning. Little chopper hit toward third. Strange charges, throws high, but he got him. 1 away.
Good play, playing on AstroTurf. The ball bounces up nicely to you, playing the infield, and good throw to first base.
Here's Brian Hunter up for the 4th time. He struck out twice and popped the 2nd. Fastball outside.
Martinez tied his all-time strikeout record of 13. He did that in his last game against the Cubs.
Strike called. He has struck out 2 in every inning except the 4th when he got 1. 1 out here in the 8th, and he did not fan that first man. There's a ground ball up the middle. Glove by Lansing. Throw to first. He got him. He got the plate. Brian Hunter with a brilliant play at second base.
Wow, we're seeing it all in this ball game. Great pitchers duel and some great fielding plays by both teams. This is an outstanding play to throw out the speedy Brian Hunter. The ball up the middle. Lansing going towards center field, throws off balance and throws a strike. Wow.
And a standing ovation for the Montreal second baseman.
And we're going to look like we're going to get a pincher. This way at Joe Hall, it looks like. Joe Hall just brought up from Toledo. As if you just joined us, Bobby Higginson was placed on the 15-day disabled list. There's a strain in the side, and they were worried they might injure it more, so they brought up Joe Hall. Joe was batting .246 with the Toledo Mud Hens, 4 home runs and 24 runs batted in 55 games.
Joe said he heard the news last night after the ball game. Got in sometime today, and he's ready for duty. Oh, it's going to be Miller. It's not Joe Hall. It's going to be Orlando. Well, he's got a pretty good average. Two out, nobody on. Tigers trailing 1-0, and there's a pitch that hits the strike zone on Orlando Miller, who has 3 for 7. $1-0, Montreal on top.
There's Joe Hall sitting there. He's probably. I thought he was going to call on me.
We found him. He didn't get away. We found him.
This is not the type of guy you want to be pinch hitting with if you're right-handed.
1-2, the count on Miller. And Martinez trying to best his record and get his 14th strikeout here. He has not fanned a man here in the 8th inning with 2 down. He didn't get him. There's the ground ball to short. Kozolanic fires to first, and he got him. They go 1-2-3 without a strikeout. Montreal bats in the 8th, still leading 1-0.
Okay, the new second baseman is Damon Easley. He came in as a pinch hitter. He'll stay in the game and play second base. And we have a new pitcher, Doug Brocail, replacing Justin Thompson. Boy, what a great job. Justin, 7 innings, allowed only 1 run, 5 hits. He had 3 walks and 7 strikeouts. And they're giving a standing ovation to Pedro Martinez, and rightfully so. He has just been one whale of a pitcher in this ball game tonight.
And as a batter, Pedro has sacrificed and bunted into a double play. There's a strike call from the new pitcher, Doug Brocail. So there's the line score, 1-0 Montreal, the last half of the 8th inning. Strike 2 on the pitcher. Little chop foul at the plate. In too close from Brocail. 1-2 the count on Martinez. Ground ball right side, easily lifted over to Clark, and the pitcher Martinez is out. Santangelo will be the batter. Batting right-handed against Justin Thompson. He struck out 3 times.
Much better hitter from the left side. He's batting over 300, hitting left-handed.
And he hits the glove of Brocail. He can't find it. It'll be a base hit. Santangelo on with a hit off the glove of the pitcher.
Well, Doug stops the ball, but he can't find it. He thinks it's going to go high in the air, but drops down right in front of him, and Casanova couldn't get there in time.
Now, man on and a man out. Montreal here in the 8th inning. They lead it 1-0. And it'll be Mike Lansing, who's had a single, a double, has scored the game's only run. And the last time up, he struck out. And Tangelo at first base. Lansing looking, strike called. Game's only run came in the 4th inning when Lansing doubled, went to 3rd on a fly ball, and then scored on a sacrifice fly.
Ernie Maselli warming up in the pen along with Mike Meyer.
Lansing waiting. A little pop foul, and it'll reach the seats. 2-strike count on him. There, the 2 in the bullpen with the Tigers heating up. still on top 1-0.
All right, let's take a look at the Bell Tire scoring summaries.
Bell Tire.
Well, I tell you what, some pitchers duel here tonight. Martinez, 8 innings, only 2 hits. He's only walked 1. 13 strikeouts, ties his career high. White with a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning, and Justin Thompson, what a great job. 6 innings, 5 hits. He had 7 strikeouts. 1-0, Montreal. Ernie?
Well, the last 7 Tigers have gone down in a row before the slants of Martinez. He's been brilliant. Here's Nieves to lead it off. A broken bat ground ball hit the Grassolonic, and he picks it up and throws late to first base. Safe at first is Nieves.
Well, another error for Montreal. That's their 3rd error of the ball game. Ball hit on the handle of the bat, and the bat goes all the way out to shortstop.
Second error by Grassolonic. Puts the tying run on now with nobody down. Tony Clark at the bat. He has struck out, singled, and drawn a walk. Strike 1.
Well, Tony had his pitch there. That's the pitch that he loves to hit, that pitch down in the strike zone. Martinez still throwing well.
He has spanned 13. He has walked 1. He's allowed 2 hits. 1-0 Expos, 9th inning. Line drive, base hit by Tony Clark. Nieves holding at second as White comes up with a throw and rifles it in. So the Tigers kicking up their heels now. They've got 2 men on and nobody down. They trail 1-0 in the 9th.
Another pitch hit on the handle. This time he breaks his bat, but he's so strong he's able to muscle it out to the outfield. Nieves didn't know whether the ball was going to be caught or not, so he has to play it safe, and he goes on down to second base.
Well, the Tigers, for the 3rd time tonight, get a man as far as second base. They've not had a man pass that station. They are trailing 1-0. 1 run, 6 hits, 3 errors for Montreal. The Tigers, no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. There's Telford throwing in the bullpen. Anthony came into the game last night in the 8th inning. Well, here's Curtis Pride at bat. He has struck out twice and was safe on an error. The bunt's on, and Martinez steals it. He can't throw to third. He goes to first. In time, he turned to look at third, couldn't make the play there, and fired to first. It's a sacrifice.
Here's the bunt. Third baseman didn't know whether to come after the ball or not. He breaks in and then has to hustle back to third base. Martinez whirled to throw to third base and then decided to go back to first.
So now the situation is this. The Tigers trail by a run, 1-0. They have 1 out of the 9th inning. They've got runners at second and third. And Felipe Alou comes out to the mound. The batter is Casanova.
What he's asked, I think what he's asked you right now, do you want to pitch this guy? You want to walk him? And he's had great success against Nevin, striking him out all 3 times. And let's see what they decide they want to do. They have a base open.
And Casanova has met them all 3 times and has not struck out. Runners at second and third, 1 man down, 1-0 Montreal in the 9th. He fouls it away, back of the plate. Lee Smith, a veteran reliever, in the bullpen.
The runner at third base will probably run on contact, make him throw the ball home, possibly throw it away.
Casanova hit the ground ball to first. Nieves holds at third. The out is made by the first baseman McGuire. That'll make it 2 down with the runners still at second and third.
There's a changeup. He hits on the ground at first base. Goes and tags the runner. The runner at third decides not to come home.
So 2 down, runners at second and third, and Hamlin on deck now, ready to be inserted as a pinch hitter. Bob batting .391. As a pinch batter with the Tigers, he has 3 hits and 4 trips.
They really miss Hambone in the lineup. He's been the Tigers' hottest hitter, but because he is strictly a DH, and they don't use a DH when you play in a National League ballpark. Because when we come back to the Tiger Stadium and play the Florida Marlins, the teams will use the DH.
One to nothing, Montreal. Runners at second and third. 2 out, 9th inning. Martinez has gone all the way. And we'll get the intentional pass here to load the bases.
Just wondering whether Travis Fryman's able to swing the bat well enough to pinch hit. He took extra hitting today and also took the regular batting practice. There he is standing there. Joe Hall also has a bat in his hand and looks like he's getting a helmet.
Well, this will be the 4th one. Well, the Tigers have loaded the bases with 2 down in the 9th inning. And you see Davy Cruz is headed back to the dugout. Here comes Travis.
It will be Travis. I wonder whether he was well enough to swing the bat, although he took batting practice, but that's against coaches. That's not like hitting a 92, 93 mile an hour fastball, but knowing him, he probably told Buddy, I'm ready to play.
He does not have an appearance this year as a pinch hitter. So Fletcher, the catcher, talking with Martinez. First inning, the Tigers have moved a man as far as third. They've loaded the bases with 2 down in the 9th. They trail 1-0. And tomorrow there will be an afternoon game to close out this interleague series. The Tigers here against the Expos. We hope you'll join us for that one. Then the Tigers head home to play the Marlins. So it all comes right down to this, Mr. Kaline.
That's the way it should be, right down to the very end. We have our veteran on our ball club up at the plate. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Martinez looking for that final out. The Tigers looking for something that'll get the game tied to put them ahead. 2 down in the 9th inning. Ryman, strike 1. 1 run, 6 hits, 3 errors for Montreal. Detroit, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. It's been a beauty. It's wide. That's Nieves at third. Clark at second. Hamlin at first. Fryman at bat. Pedro Martinez has gone all the way. Two and 1 Fryman, the pinch batter. A strike. 2-2. It's over. 14 strikeout. Montreal wins a brilliant pitching duel. The final score, the Expos 1, the Tigers nothing. Well, there it is. Montreal 1, Detroit nothing.
Boy, what a great game, Ernie. You can't beat this. Unfortunately, the Tigers lost it with a great pitcher's duel. Martinez outdueling Justin Thompson. A whale of a ball game.
The double by Lansing and a couple of fly balls, that was the difference, but the Tigers took it right down to the wire, Al.
Right down to the wire, and of course the player of the game is Pedro Martinez. 9 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, 14 strikeouts, and that's a career high for him, and boy, he is some kind of pitcher.
And like you said earlier, Al Kaline, every time Justin Thompson goes out to the mound, he gives us a top-notch performance. And he did it again tonight here in Montreal. He just came up on the short end.
Yeah, absolutely right. He pitched pitch for pitch. It was an outstanding ball game. We have to be very proud of Justin, and then actually the way the Tigers played, they made some great defensive plays. It was just one of those games that if you like pitching duels, this is a perfect example of it. It came right down to the last out, and he was able to strike out Travis Fryman, who was pinch hitting, and that was his all-time strikeout mark.
Well, let's take a break, and then we'll be right back here to Montreal. A 1-0 victory for the Expos, and I want to ask you two guys, now Buddy Bell's managing in a typical National League type game. What did you think of his managerial strategy?
Oh, I thought he did an excellent job. He really wasn't much many decisions to make. Usually Justin would have stayed in the ball game, close it out, take the win or loss, but because they had to use a pinch hitter, which they did, he had somebody ready in the 9th inning just in case the Tigers were able to tie the game or go ahead. But you know, this game tonight was an easy game for Buddy to manage in the National League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with Al. You know, he mentioned last night he's been talking with his old buddy and our old buddy, Terry Francona, getting ready, you know, doing a little homework for the National League type of play. And like Al said, there really wasn't a lot of moves here tonight. But again, you know, with the pitcher, there's just a few more moves. There's a lot more games within the games. And I think the more interleague play games that we do, we'll see a lot more of those type of maneuvers, Ernie.
Well, you're always happy to see a close game like this, well played and beautiful pitching.
I tell you, it's the name of the game. We've seen some great pitch games this year, and I tell you, Al and Ernie, I've been calling Justin Thompson the ace now all year, and he has certainly earned that honor, don't you think?
Oh, I think so, rightfully so. He has come on the last 7, 8 games he's pitched. He's been the ace of your staff, and certainly he's one that you can count and bank on now. If he stays healthy, he's going to be a dominant pitcher in the American League for a lot of years.
I would agree with you. I think it was just a great matchup tonight, and unfortunately the Tigers had to lose. Well, that will do it from here in Montreal. We invite you to join us again tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 for Game 3 of this historic series for Montreal. Now, for Ernie Harwell and Al Kaline, this is Jim Price saying so long for now. Once again, the final score of tonight's interleague game, Montreal 1, the Tigers nothing. So long, everybody.